upside down, underwater, trapped, and in the dark. Boy, those words sound familiar, don't they? It was a beautiful May morning when 9 rather excited kayak students and an equal number of kayak instructors started getting our gear on. A week before, we had spent time in a well-lit, warm pool surrounded by instructors while we learned what we had to do if we were to capsize. We learned to rescue ourselves in case nobody else could help us. So here we are, Black Lake, beautiful morning, not planning to get wet. We've been told by our instructors what we're doing here today is we're going to learn some paddle strokes. We're going to learn some bracing. We're going to learn to be just comfortable in that kayak. That's what we're doing, not planning to get wet. You know where I'm going, don't you? In fact, as I pushed my boat in, I saw this huge commotion off in the corner. I'm looking over there. I'm going, oh my gosh, somebody's already capsized. How embarrassing for them. So I can't tell you exactly what I was doing the moment before I capsized, because it is the nature of a capsize that it is sudden and unexpected, even if you're planning for setbacks, even if you plan for the worst. Oh, I'm so cold. Okay, all right, God, I'm upside down, underwater, capsize, 10 steps. Wow, darker under here than I thought it would be, but all right, focus, lean forward, grab the spray skirt handle, pull it forward to release, pull it up to let me out. Push out of the kayak, grab the paddle on the way down, come up, grab the boat on the way up, clear the water. Wow, cold. Woo! Well, that was really fun. I got to tell you, it is exhilarating breathing. But let me point out that if I had not been surrounded by these other paddlers or none of them had noticed I had capsized, my actual survival depended on in an emergency coming across and remembering those 10 steps. Plan to capsize. Ask the question or consider changing the answer to the question, who are you paddling with? If you think about your paddle buddies as your personal advisory team, or if you're focused on your business advisory team, who are you paddling with? Now, if I'm just heading out from Steilacoom, Washington, I'm going to go around Ketron Island. It's only a 1/4 nautical mile passage. Heck, I could do that by myself. But if I'm going to head out from Point Defiance Zoo, go under the Narrows Bridge at night in full current, I'd better pick a different group of paddlers. I would suggest to you that running a business is more like that night passage than it is the little 2-hour jaunt in the middle of the day. It seems to me we spend all our time worried about the tsunamis out there and sort of forget the waves that are coming on that can give us a bit of a problem. I was a 29-year customer and, unfortunately, a shareholder of the 92nd bank to fail. Let me tell you a little bit about the capsizes that hit that bank, because it was not a tsunami, it was not one thing. And the things that hit that bank hit other banks as well. This company, this bank, had $42 million in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac stock. When the federal government seized it and made that worthless, this bank took a $42 million loss. Now, 1,100 other banks had Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, so it wasn't alone in that problem. Was it a bad idea to have Fannie and Freddie stock? Not at all. Often the things that hit us aren't because we made a bad decision in the first place. Those investments were AAA, they were recommended by examiners. This was not a mistake when it was done, but it became a problem. They also were challenged by an overconcentration in commercial real estate. This is that part where a perfectly good niche market becomes a concentration risk. 85% of community bank loans in this country at the end of 2009 were either commercial real estate loans or secured by commercial real estate. And the final capsize was when the FDIC said they had to raise $20 million in capital in, I think, 90 days, or they would take action. Do the math, folks. $42 million loss, that was still $26 million loss after tax on Freddie and Fannie. And when the death knell came, it was over $20 million. This bank, they did not intend to fail. In fact, there was nobody there that thought they would, even when they'd been hit 2 or 3 or 4 times. So what I would ask you is, what are your capsize level threats? Plan before low tide. It's a lot easier to get in and out of that kayak at high tide than it is to wait until you're way out. Got a new kayak, new to me. It's actually a used kayak. I had to go learn how to rescue, get rescued, capsize, the whole thing again. Redo this process whenever conditions change and periodically, because you don't know what you don't know. This is me right after I capsized and recovered. I did it. You can do it, and you can help your clients do it. Plan to capsize.